Starting in 3, 2, 1, we're rolling.
Welcome to the Internet Bible School Show, or you can call it for short, the IBS Show. I'm your host, Steven, and joining me from the other side of a social distance barrier is my co-host, Tyler.
Hey there, IBS fans!
Yeah, I guess if they're returning after watching last week's episode, they do earn the right to be called IBS fans.
Isn't it awesome that we actually get to do something like this?
Absolutely. We've always dreamed about making something like this before, and now thanks to an unprecedented global crisis, we finally can.
And the way I see it, I don't think there's a better time to creatively bring people together than when we all had a giant curveball thrown at us.
That's right, Tyler. And speaking of curveballs, this week's episode is brought to you by the word conflict.
Did you say Matthew Broderick?
No, not the actor that played Ferris Bueller in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Inspector Gadget in the live-action Inspector Gadget movie. This week is brought to you by conflict.
There's no way there's a live-action Inspector Gadget movie.
2, actually, but Matthew Broderick is only in the first one.
Maybe I'll give it a watch. Hopefully the wife and boy will be up for it. Having only one TV in the house during quarantine can make things a little tense around here, if you know what I mean.
Oh boy, do I. Which is exactly why we're going to kick off our weekly adventure segment with a girl who set out to preemptively equip herself for some more than likely quarantine conflict. Roll that feature.
Hey David, sorry we had to cancel our weekly adventure for this week because of the mandated Michigan quarantine lockdown.
That's such a bummer. I was so excited to teach everyone about some extreme conflict resolution.
I know, I'm bummed. I wanted to catch you before you spent all that time putting your costume on.
It's a uniform, but that's probably for the best. I'm gonna go play some Animal Crossing now. See ya!
Alright, bye. Man, this sucks. Stupid virus.
Sorry your adventure got canceled, Kesley. That really stinks. But while I'm here, I kind of wanted to talk to you about something, the conflict last week. It's been bugging me.
What conflict? Who is making the...
Who's the genius behind
You
it?
stop
the
talking.
cameraman.
You need to stop talking. Oh yeah.
I just felt kind of disrespected, and it didn't feel very good knowing that thousands of people saw it on the internet.
Disrespected? You were the one talking through my video the whole time. Steven had to edit out your voice so much.
No one told me I wasn't allowed to talk. I was just trying to make it funny.
You don't think I'm funny?
That's not what I'm
kidding?
trying to...
Are you kidding? Man up! What?
Kesley, did you hear me?
What? Sorry. I just really wish David could have come over to teach us karate. What were you saying?
I just wanted to apologize for inserting myself in your video last week. I didn't mean to, but I could see how it'd be frustrating.
Yeah, that's okay. I know you didn't mean to. Sorry for reprimanding you in front of thousands and thousands of people.
Thanks, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, okay. So are we done now? Or what?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So, I have this really good idea for our weekly adventure. My roommate Emily shaved my cat while I was up north for some stupid reason, and I really want to get her back.
So what do you have in mind?
Okay, so she's kind of like a hippie and like a freak about chemicals and the atmosphere and like what chemicals do to our body. So she like has all these essential oils and whatever, and we're not allowed to have a microwave in the house. And last night when I was dumpster diving, I found a microwave, and so I want to microwave all her hippie stuff. Oh yeah.
Why does she not let you have a microwave in the house? What does she think is gonna happen?
Who the heck knows? It's probably just something she read online.
Wait, what's happening?
I'm so glad Colin and Kesley resolved that conflict from last week. That made it so much easier for them to work together in retaliation to that shaved cat situation. Will that resolve the conflict? I doubt it. But speaking of retaliations getting out of hand, that reminds me of a really good story that a friend of mine told me. Did I mention she's also one of our future interns?
Hi, I'm Mason. Yes, I've been wearing these clothes for about the past 6 days. And don't be too quick to judge because you're probably doing the same thing at your house right now while watching this video. I'm gonna share a little story about some conflict today that I had with my friend group from about a year ago. In my junior year of high school, I had this friend group of about 9 kids, guys and girls, and it was like one of the most fun times of my life. We do the craziest and stupidest stuff together. One time, it was about this time last year, we decided to do a prank week. We divided our friend group of 9 into 3 teams of 3. So it was like the first day of prank week. I went to the store, bought like 10 rolls of saran wrap. We had school that day, so I came home from school. I knew my friend McLean had work right after school, so I was in the clear and I went straight to her house, tore all the sheets off her mattress, saran wrapped the entire thing. So like after 3 rolls of saran wrap went by, we drove it over to my friend Dominic's house. Dominic has a big ditch in his backyard, so we threw it down there so they wouldn't be able to get it out. They just have this mattress stuck down the ditch because it was super heavy. I was doing all this stuff to McLean and Dominic's team. Dominic was over at my house teaming up with my brother, Snake, and they took my mattress off my bed, stole all of my sheets and blankets, which I still do not have. They put my mattress up on the roof somehow, which I literally have no idea how they did. It literally makes no sense. So as the night went on the first day of prank week, the parents started getting home from work, started getting involved. My mom came home to my mattress on the roof of her house. McLean came home. She had no idea where her mattress was even located. Then once Dominic found it, he found out some of the saran wrap tore. Well, I threw it down the ditch and her mattress was dirty, so McLean's mom was even more mad. McLean's mom, Shelly, was mentoring me at the time, so it was super awkward for her to get mad at me. So then more parents started getting involved in our friend group and stuff, so they shut down our prank week. With all the parents getting involved and stuff like that, it caused a lot of really weird conflict for our friend group. It also caused a very strange conflict between me and McLean's mom because she was mentoring me. I realized what I had done was too far with the prank, so I obviously apologized to McLean and texted her mom and stuff like that. I still love messing with my friends and doing funny stuff to them, but I realized and learned from this that doing things too far makes them not funny, and just learning from my conflict is just gonna help me in the future. I was also planning to do a lot more involving saran wrap, and I still have a ton left over. So I guess joke's on me, and don't be the person that takes jokes and pranks too far because they end up not being funny. Even though I still think mine's a little bit funny. No big deal.
What a great story, Mason. If I had a roll of toilet paper for every conflict I caused by taking a prank way too far, I'd never have to go to the store again. I guess it goes without saying that some methods for dealing with conflict end up working out a little bit better than others. I bet one of our local youth pastors has something really helpful to say about all of this.
That's right, you young and reckless youths. We're talking conflict. I know you guys have been locked up inside your house for a couple weeks now, and I can guarantee that your mother has yelled you or your siblings' full name at least probably 10 times. Bare minimum. Tensions are getting high. You want to slap somebody. You want to run your head through a wall. I get it. It's a tough time. Conflict's gonna happen. But here's the thing. We're wild people. We're not meant to be caged up. We're meant to roam the earth. We're meant to conquer things. But we can't. We're locked inside our houses. Conflict is bound to happen in your house. It's happening all over the world right now. It's happening on the news. It's happening on social media. It's happening all over the internet. And I can guarantee you it is happening in your house. When we are locked up this closely with people, our true colors show because tensions can rise. So here's the deal. Today we're talking about conflict. We're going to be reading out of a little book called Romans today. And if you know anything about Rome or the Roman Empire, you know that conflict was kind of their thing. They built a whole arena to watch people, wait for it, kill each other. Yeah, I said kill each other. You know what gets me really worked up is when we sit here and we say like, oh my gosh, the world, it's worse than it's ever been. Dude, they had an arena where they marched people into and they had lions eat people and they had people cut people's heads off and stab each other and reenact battles for fun. We're gonna be okay. Anyway, moving on. Romans, conflict was a big deal in their society. Chapter 12, verse 17 through 18 says this: do not repay evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends upon you, live at peace with everyone. So what do we need to know? Do not repay evil for evil. I love this. Sometimes we open up our Bible and we really want or think there should be this long, lengthy theological explanation of the truth we're going to unpack. How many of you don't understand what the sentence means that says, do not repay evil for evil? Yep. That's what it means. Don't repay evil for evil. When has that ever worked for anyone? You tell your little brother you can't read good, you're ugly, and your mama doesn't even love you. You know what he's gonna say? You can't read even worse than I can, and you're uglier than I am, and mom loves you even less than she loves me, right? No, when you repay evil for evil, it just keeps going. Everyone keeps getting worked up, nothing solved. So don't do it, right? Straightforward. What else do we need to know? Do what's right in the eyes of everyone, not just yours. So here's what I want to say to you about this. Do you want to make a difference or do you want to be right? All of us can fall victim to this, and I think this is a big problem in society, is we would rather be right than make a difference. You see, if you've been wronged, that person might have hurt you and they might have been wrong in the way they've hurt you. But do you want to make a difference? Because you could sit there and yell at them and almost be justified for the actions you're going to lash back at them. But the truth is that's not going to make a difference and that's not going to bring peace. So when conflict comes, you got to ask yourself, do I need to be right or do I need to make a difference? What's more important, that we have peace or that I get vengeance? And the last thing I want to say here is this: as far as it depends upon you, live at peace with everyone. You see, ownership is key in this process with conflict. If you're not going to own the situation, conflict will never be resolved. You see, they might have hurt you, but it says, as far as it depends upon you, live at peace with everyone. Are you doing everything possible in those moments of conflict to live at peace with that person? Because until we take ownership, the problems are only going to grow. They're only going to continue to snowball like we talked about earlier. You see, there are so many things we can do in the middle of conflict. Even though we don't want to, even though it doesn't make sense, those are the things that are going to bring peace in your home. So make sure you take a posture of love. You make sure you serve the people that you're in conflict with. Make sure you're going out of your way to understand the people that you're in conflict with. We all need to take this posture. You guys can bring peace in your home. So as you go throughout this week, I want you to make sure you're being the people of peace that you were born to be. Let's own this together. See you next week. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace and love. Thanks, local youth pastor. I always learn so much from these videos. And even better, we have more than just this video to get you through your week. Colin, make sure those beautiful people know what I mean.
Hey, it's me, Colin. Welcome back to my Connection Corner. I'm not here sitting in the corner because I was bad. I'm here to give you tools to stay active in a positive way so you won't be bad. You're welcome, parents! We created a Linktree website that has all the links I share with you in one place. It looks like this. The website's basically so simple that it took my job and whole reason for even doing this segment. But I'm still important. Now for the info. This show premieres live on YouTube and Instagram TV every Sunday at 6 p.m. If you're watching live right now, tell me what you think about my costume. Our YouTube channel is KC Students CT, and our Instagram is kcstudents.ct. Don't forget the dot, it's very important. Also, if you didn't know, our Instagram is the very best way to reach out to us and see what we're doing throughout the week. If you don't know what Discord is, it's an app for students to connect and hang out with each other. Gamers out there, join this. I want to beat you in video games, and I will. We also chat on there while we play video games. The Breakaway Minecraft server is such a beautiful place right now. If you want to join it, DM us on Instagram. Also, don't rely on Tyler's 3-minute Bible session to be a spiritual filler for the week. Be a self-filler. Our Bible study resources for both Edge and Breakaway can be found here. Videos, devotionals, small group guides, parent cues, it's all there. And it's updated weekly. Find this at kensingtonchurch.org/student ministries. Last but not least, we're doing virtual small groups this week. If you want to sign up, click the link here and we'll get you connected. Again, all these links can be found at our Linktree website in the description. Time for my weekly swagger smile. So you guys can screenshot all of these and share them with your friends, even though they're all going to be on our Linktree. Thank you guys so much, and see you later. Sayonara.
Don't you just love that weird face? Anyway, who wants to win a $20 gift card to Amazon? No, really, who wants to win? Just raise your hand if you want to win.
Kind of like when you would watch Dora the Explorer?
Yeah, just like that. Anyway, you probably think after all this conflict talk, it might be a little inappropriate for us to host a prank war. Well, you're wrong. Kesley, give us the details.
Yo, what's up, fam? I got some really exciting news for this week. We have another competition, and it is a prank war. Ooh, yeah, a prank war. I'm so excited. We need your videos of your creative pranks submitted to us this Tuesday night by midnight. That's March 31st by midnight. And there's one rule to this. One rule. Don't ruin anyone's day. Please just don't do it. You don't want to make the people that you're quarantined with mad at you. That would just backfire. Horrible idea. Other than that, get creative, do something crazy, catch it on video, DM the video to us, kcstudents.ct on Instagram this Tuesday at midnight. Can't wait to check them out. May the best prankster win.
Is it even possible to prank someone without ruining their day? I guess we'll find out when we get those videos, but just a fair warning, you might get yelled at. Honestly, we're probably all gonna get yelled at this week. It's one of the many wonderful side effects of this beautiful quarantine. In fact, we reached out to our leaders and asked them, what was the best thing that you've been yelled at during this quarantine period? Here's our top 5 favorite.
Hi Edge, we were asked what's the thing that has yelled at us this week. See this guy right here? Tons of yelling at me. I want food. I want attention. Yeah, say hi to everybody. Hope you're all having a great week. I know this situation isn't fun, but wash your hands, have a good time, and let's chat.
So I think the best thing I've been yelled at for so far on quarantine is last night, my brother came downstairs and started yelling at me for apparently eating too many of the cookies that my mom had made the other day. And he was like getting all hurt about it for like no reason.
So the one thing that I've been yelled at since this quarantine was actually yesterday, and that was that I didn't set the dinner table correctly. I didn't know there's a right way to do that, but I guess if you don't do it right, you're gonna get yelled at.
Hey y'all, I'm coming to you live from my at-home classroom. The best thing that I have been yelled at for since being in quarantine has been for playing the same Justin Bieber song on repeat. See example.
Hi guys. So the one thing I got in trouble for over break was not knowing how to cut lettuce. I was making a salad. I didn't know how to cut lettuce. My mom was getting angry. I was getting angry. And yeah, that was our little argument, but apparently everyone knows how to cut salad except me.
And that's why they're our heroes. Way to be vulnerable about all your conflicts. I think it's time to wrap this show up. Tyler seems to be resolving a conflict as we speak. Way to put what you learn into action. And as for you guys, we hope it's helpful to see that you're not alone in this. Conflicts are popping up more frequently for all of us, and the goal here isn't just to make sure that everyone in your household isn't trying to
kill each other.
That was weird. But even more so, do whatever it takes to bring peace to your home. When a conflict happens, which it will, let that be a cue for you to observe how you can better love and serve the people that you're stuck at home with. That's your parents, that's your siblings, yes, even your walking explosion of a little brother. And if by chance any parents manage to make it all the way through this mess of a show, you have the opportunity to set the example. We all get to choose how we respond to conflict. The question is, how will you bring more peace into your house this week than it had last week? That's all we have for you guys with this episode. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Send us your prank videos, win that gift card, and don't forget to sign up for virtual small groups. We're done here. This isn't goodbye. See you on the internet.